There's currently a huge problem in Wuthering Waves. It's not about the gameplay, but it's about the story. The 2.0 patch is about to come out on January 2nd, and looking at the drip marketing, I highly doubt that they are changing this one thing in the next patch. So what is the thing that is bothering me the most that I decided to come back to life to talk about? It's the harem plot in Wuthering Waves story. And we can see this problem with Camellia, the Shorekeeper, and Shang-Li. And there probably will be more in the future too. The problem with them is the trope of, hey, you've finally woken up. I've been waiting for years. Most of the interaction between Rover and the female character usually goes like that, and it becomes repetitive. The thing is, I know that is the most logical thing that will happen if you came back after being absent for years. For example, someone you love is in a coma, and that person woke up. Of course you're gonna miss that person. So out of all the characters, it has only happened to 3 of the characters. But it has become way too repetitive that most players are already sick of this shit. But I haven't even said the worst trope of the story yet. And that is the Glazer trope. Everyone, and I mean everyone, is too friendly with Rover. And I know Kuro Games knew this too, because this is not how the story is supposed to go. On the closed beta, Rover is always in the thick of it, and everybody seems to hate Rover. And Ling Yang goes as far as stealing your kill, and basically telling you to fuck off. And this is Ling Yang that we're talking about. I would've his if he's talking that to me. But Kuro Games may have done it first, because maybe this is why he's the worst 5-star character in the whole game. And this is probably the reason why everyone in the story seems to glaze over Rover now. It is a complete 180 from Scar attacking Rover first, to Rover disrespecting Scar, and picking a fight with him. I think it's still better this way though, but I really hope Kuro Games can cut down the Glazer trope a bit. What people hate is working without being acknowledged, and that is what happened in the beta. No matter what goodwill Rover does, people are still treating them like shit. Players are fine with Chisha from the beginning of the beta. What players hate is how Chisha doesn't change her perspective on Rover even after being together for quite a while. What we need is an evil or neutral evil character that progressively becomes a good person as the story goes. What people want to see the most is progression. Character that is kind, naive, and innocent, turning into a demigod that can instantly kill everyone within a 50-mile radius. Or an evil character having their world turned upside down and finally do the right thing to redeem their past selves. That is what players are excited to see. Not the, I remember you from my brother's older cousin's father's roommate 69 years ago. Because of that, I know how to suck your If you think about it, Wuthering Waves currently only has 3 characters for that trope. But the reason why everybody is talking about this problem is due to how it's in 3 of the most important stories in the game. First is in the Chang-Li story. That story is the first appearance of the old Rover from before the memory loss. And from there, we get so much more information about the old Rover. While that is fine in itself, the Shorekeeper and Camellia stories happen back to back. So after we had that entire story from Shorekeeper explaining her background and Rover's background on the Black Shores, Camellia's story is also more or less doing the same thing, making Camellia's story pretty mid compared with Shorekeeper. If Kuro Games just space it after 1 or 2 characters, this problem wouldn't happen in the first place. Personally though, I'm fine with the trope, but the same thing back to back can be pretty boring even for most players. And by looking at the drip marketing that Kuro Games has released for Carlotta in the 2.0 patch, I think we're gonna be stuck with this trope. The problem is, everybody is being shipped with Rover, whether it be the males or the females. There are no other characters that people are shipping with. For example, in Punishing Grey Raven, Watanabe and Bianca seem to have something going on between themselves, and I actually quite like that. Although they have different beliefs and fought a lot, when the time comes, they will protect each other with their lives on the line. What Kuro Games need to realize is that the world doesn't revolve around Rover. Rover is the one that is in the revolving world. And while you can make Rover be the center of everything, it doesn't mean that every character has to be a one-dimensional being. Chisha being the happy and outgoing person, Yang Yang being the chill girl, and Chang-Li being the cool and calm woman. What people want to see are the characters being alive, being sad, happy, crying, and angry just like a normal human being would. Yes, they are a fictional character, but feelings like these can resonate better with the players, because that is what makes us human. This is why I like Encore stories so much, because I always thought that, oh, she's just like Lee, an always happy, one-dimensional, kinda dumb little girl, but less annoying. And it turns out I was very, very wrong about her. I was literally shedding tears the whole time I was playing her story. Seeing how she awakened her power truly made me cry. Encore always hopes the best for others and always tries for the best to cheer others. And because of that, I changed my whole perspective on her. I felt like a fucking idiot comparing her to Klee. They are not even close. This is what I wanted Kuro Games to do. It's fine introducing a new playable character with a new background story. Every playable character doesn't have to revolve around Rover in their background story. And characters don't have to suck Rover's dick every 2 minutes. I'm not saying that Shorekeeper and Camellia's story is bad, and I'm not saying that Kuro Games should also explain the story of a random NPC completely unrelated to Rover's situation. Players are fine with the game telling background stories about characters, but players don't give a shit if the game just explained the background story of a nameless NPC number 531. It has to be the characters that we, as the players, actually care about. Alright, enough yapping. All of this can literally be avoided if you just chose the female Rover, because the only feeling I got when playing as the female Rover is that they are just friends. You know, because
girls kiss other girls, and no one bats an eye. But when I kiss my homies goodnight, Society calls me gay.
Alright, so that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you don't agree with anything that I have said in this video, go ahead and tell me in the comments down below. I'm also very sorry for disappearing for months, because I haven't found any more challenges that are worth tackling in Wuthering Waves. But if you have any, go ahead and leave a comment, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I've also already written down a couple of video ideas for later, so stay tuned with that. So yeah, goodbye.